Well, this is not what we wanted. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Canary Central video. And Mo Toure rumoured to be going to the big leagues in the Premier League and in Portugal. Yes, that is right. Mo Toure is rumoured to go to the likes of Hull City, Porto and Sporting CP. Now, the thing is, there is no registered bid at all from all the three respective clubs. Especially the likes of Hull City as well. All it is that all the clubs have registered interest, and Hull City and Porto have asked for updated information about Mo Toure, which is good because as much as it means they're not entirely interested, they're going to bid for him, it still provides a bit of concern as could he potentially leave and join Hull City or Porto. Now, to be honest, Hull City, they've signed many players over the course of this summer, and they have signed many strikers, one of them being Joe Gelhardt. And if Mo Toure is in the bid to potentially sign for Hull City, I'd be very surprised, because it would make him practically a third choice striker, because you would have Joe Gelhardt and Ollie McBurney up top. So it would be a bit weird, and to be honest, it would be more just a squad depth, I would say, for Mo Toure. And if he wants a starting spot, he's guaranteed at Norwich City. The fact is, we've got players such as Jovan Makama, Ante Cernak and Matthias Kviskorden, who, to be honest, all three strikers, yes, they are brilliant on their day, especially players like Jovan Makama, but the others, inconsistent in terms of form, very injury prone, all of them are really injury prone, as we saw with Matthias Kviskorden when it came to that. And yes, he scored against West Brom in that, disastrous game with that stupid handball, let's just say. I would find it very surprising. I mean, yes, Mo Toure's goal tally is unbelievable, with 12 goals at the back end of last season after joining from Sanders, I think it was, in January. And he does look like he is a world-class striker, and he is one of the big players in the sort of Australian national team when it comes to profile, in terms of how incredible he is. Yes, I think he could work in the Premier League potentially, but I think it's a step up too soon, and I think he would need another season in the Championship if he was going to go to the big boys. And to be honest, as I've sort of said earlier about the sort of starting striker, he is guaranteed games. He's already started both games against MK Dons and West Bromwich Albion, so it kind of begs the question, what does he want, starting football or does he want Prem football? Because he's not guaranteed starting football at all. And that would be the same for both clubs at FC Porto and Sporting CP, both incredibly high top flight clubs within the Portuguese league, and are quite prominent when it comes to being in Europe as well. Mainly teams, but mainly both of them especially. And with Porto having won these Portuguese Championship last season, with a notable Borja Sainz playing for them, potentially that could further increase the sort of potential bid if Porto ever do put some sort of bid in, especially with having Borja Sainz potentially telling Toure about how easy the switch up was from being at Norwich to Porto. But obviously, I think if he wants a starting place again, Norwich City would be the case. And I have no doubt that Mo Toure would be able to boss the Portuguese league, similar to how Borja Sainz has done at FC Porto. I mean, the stats for him is unreal. But no, he's a guaranteed proven Championship striker that can score many goals and is such a reliable player for us. I think we would miss him so much, because I don't think we could, I mean, unless we do replace him with an even better striker of a similar caliber to Mohamed Toure, I think we would be a bit of a deep in the deep end, because our strikers that we have signed are just not reliable enough. And as I've said earlier about them being injury prone, and we saw it last season, we had, I think it was one striker on the cards, that being Matthias Kviskorden, when both Makama and Toure and Cernak were out for that period of time. I think it was in February, and we were really worried if we when we played Ipswich, we looked just nothing without Mo Toure up front, and I think that's what would happen if we do lose him this summer. And it is just, it would be a very punch in the gut, let's just say. And he was a very prominent striker when it came to that 4-1 win up against MK Dons at the start of the season, showing he does still have it. And with him being at the international stage, not doing as well for the Australian national team, but with him showing absolute quality for Norwich City in the Championship, showing that it's not just a purple patch for him. It looks like he is going to practically stay at this form. I mean, he has gotten more hat-tricks already than Darren Huckabee, Wes Hoolahan and Timu Pukki, which is unbelievable with him only being there at the club for around 8 months. Obviously, with the Ali Ahmed situation, with both of them swapping their numbers, it looks like it would be such a disappointment if that saga were to sort of end. I mean, especially with all the hype brought around carrying on Ali Ahmed's name, it would be certainly just feel like that was pointless, and it would be the story should go on until the end of the season. And I think Toure probably does definitely want to stay. He's got a good sort of community around him when it comes to the players and the fans, and I think he would probably want to stick at Norwich for at least one more season, similar to a Josh Sargent potentially, if you were to do that, but obviously not end in the way that it ended last season for Sargent. But no, Mohamed Toure to potentially go to the 3 clubs, Hull City, Porto and Sporting CP. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. A bit of a short, more sort of shallow video, let's just say, because obviously we don't like seeing rumours of potential players leaving. That's 2 players now that have been rumoured to go to Hull City, with Mohamed Toure and Kellen Fisher. But luckily, none of them have been poached just yet. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below about this saga that has awoken over the last 24 hours. And tell me what your thoughts are about this whole situation. Thank you very much for watching. Come on, Yellows. Cheers and goodbye.